Daily Dose of Daryl Viewers Digest, covering November 22 through 28th, and it includes 7 segments, one for each day, or listen to it several times all the way through. Monday Magic. And I want to tell you, the reason I'm doing this today is to tell you how I got to be a preacher. Okay? How many of you took one look at me and said, there's a preacher? Probably not. But years ago, I started going to the church, and the older ladies started a conversation with me. Once they started the conversation, I listened, and they started saying things like, you should be a preacher. I said, yeah, right, that's not going to happen. Well, I went ahead and pursued my art, got a degree from Auburn University, was hired immediately to Nashville, Tennessee as an artist, promoted to art director, and I found out I was working in a cubicle. Now, you know the words for cubicle, what that means? Jail, box. I'm not like that, right? You like boxes? I don't like them. And so I got to thinking, I said, I better start a conversation with God. And I said, God, if I did become a pastor, could I use more of my gifts and talents that you've given me so many? And I don't know if you've heard him before talking out of what his voice sounds like, but the clouds parted and his voice came down and he said, duh. Like, okay, I get it. Anyhow, I went back, left, put all my earthly possessions in a little bitty U-Haul truck with a little car behind it, drove to North Carolina because I was going to start seminary or cemetery. What's the difference? Well, 45 years later, on Sunday morning, 45 years later, I'm still dragging myself out of bed. And I'm going into the restroom to get ready to come to church. And guess what? I look in that mirror and I see that old man looking back at me with all those wrinkles and things, and I say, Lord, we got to talk. Thank you very much. Humor is not mysterious, but it does have a magical quality. Even our Creator has a sense of humor. I know. I looked in the mirror. In our conversations sometimes, the answer is as plain as the nose on our face. We just need to make sure we have the conversation. Tuesday Truth. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added. Rejoice always and pray without ceasing. Give thanks in all circumstances, and don't be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. This beautiful time of the year is a time to be grateful, but so is every day. Cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you and give thanks continuously. All because things have contributed to you in every way, you should include all things in your gratitude. That's from Ralph Waldo Emerson. You know, gratitude keeps you going. Sometimes when you don't feel like it, that attitude of gratitude is there. Will help keep you moving forward. Gratitude also lowers your stress, even if you're not a statue. Even statues I see sometimes have stress. Gratitude can help, and gratitude improves your patience. And everyone needs patience these days, especially. And so remember that patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. During the season of Thanksgiving, we're reminded how the attitude of gratitude is beneficial all year long. If something is missing in your life, try being more grateful. See if that helps. Wednesday Wisdom. Down at the fire department, there's so many things happening. Challenges may come in your life.
My name is Christopher Stokes. I started out in the fire service in 2004 by joining my local fire department to be a volunteer firefighter. Moved up to part-time in the same department in 2007 and full-time in 2008, and have been full-time ever since. As a kid, playing with fire trucks, seeing firefighters help the community is what got me started in the fire service. I think what I've learned is having respect for others, not only people you work with, but having respect for the community. Giving back your time to them is always important. Yes, I was diagnosed in May 2007 with type 1 diabetes. From what I could tell from my doctors, it was passed down to me from my grandmother, apparently. It skipped a generation is what I've heard. I had some symptoms when I first was diagnosed, and they really didn't know where it came from, so I guess it was a doctor's guess that it was genetic. Yes, so I have type 1, which is insulin dependent, so I give myself shots every day. Then there's type 2, which is controlled mostly by pills and exercise. The frustrating part will definitely be eating, counting carbs, trying to eat the right meals, the right food, and taking the correct amount of insulin every day is kind of a struggle. But with motivation from others and your friends and family, it helps a lot. Yes, so here at work, I keep a bag with me. I keep a couple sodas in it, as well as my AccuCheck meter and my Freestyle Libre, which is attached to my arm, so I can check my levels anytime I need to. Yes, I do. I have a wife named Brittany and 2 kids, Dylan and Beckley. Goes back to the motivation. Family always helps a lot with other aspects of life, so they keep me motivated to fight on with the fight against diabetes, and hopefully others will do the same.
All right, so Chris, what are some of the things that you've grown to become thankful for in life?
Number one thing I'm thankful for is my Christian faith. Number 2 is family. And number 3 is definitely my job as a firefighter.
Excellent. Facing life and careers with challenges like type 1 diabetes is possible. Thanks, Chris, for sharing your tips for others and for your service to all people. Thursday Thrill. Thanksgiving 2021, an original poem I prepared and presented to you as a gift with gratitude for your faithful support of this channel. This amazing time of the year that many hold dear, full of colors and changes whispering in my ear, makes me pause and really think before life is just a blink. What does it all mean, especially to me? Can these reminders open my eyes to see? To fading, shedding, and death, some take the oath, but I view the breadth and see these preps for growth. A signal of new life just around the bend, reminders of promise that it's not the end, surrounded by symbols of things from the past, eating food that becomes much more than a blast, confirmations of blessings given to me, and a call to my responsibility. Sure, my heart is full of gratitude and glee, and the word thanks I share with sincerity, but a world full of needs I hear all around, can I in good faith ignore that piercing sound? This day is named More Than Thanks for a reason. It calls us to make it a giving season. Thanks and giving are like two peas in a pod. To this truth, I believe God gave the best nod, meeting our huge need with the best gift of all. We each are reminded of this every fall, this cycle of life, death, and renewal too, is available for me, plus it's for you. We can't just say thanks as a word all alone. If giving is not added, all hope is gone. So, enjoy the blessings of this time of year, especially the people that you hold so dear. Let all of this fill you with much gratitude that begins to give you a new attitude that now says for you to have the best living, your thanks must include a fair share of giving. What a thrill to see how blessed we are and realize the great gift given for each of us. May we say thanks with our life daily. Friday Flashback. You know, a visit to Rome may have your head spinning with all those large buildings and ancient structures. Be sure to keep your eyes open, not just for the regular tourist things, but the small special things that others might miss. In a place like Rome, your head can be spinning with all the ancient and majestic buildings. Don't miss the amazing little things along the way. Saturday Summary. It's a great idea to have a good conversation with our Creator regularly. It can clear our mind and help keep us on track if we do it each day. Gratitude is valued by many people and sources. It can keep us going, lower stress, and improve our patience, something we should practice regularly. Diabetes and other challenges oftentimes stop us in our tracks, but they can be managed. Just talk to some people that are doing it, like Chris. A poem called Thanksgiving, my gift of thanks for you. And remember, it takes both words, thanks and giving. Everyone sees the big things. Look for the small things. Sometimes they're more powerful and impressive than the large ones. Saturday Summary. A good conversation with God can clear our minds. Gratitude can change our entire life. Challenges like diabetes don't have to stop our life or career. Thanksgiving is made of two words. Both are essential. In places like Rome, we can be overwhelmed by the large ancient buildings. Keep an eye out for the little things, and do that each day in your own travels. Sunday Silence. Take a few moments of silence and list a few topics that you talked about with God this week. Then pause and reflect. List several times this week when you had a change in attitude and chose gratitude instead. Then pause and reflect. Name 3 challenges that you have learned to manage in order to have a life and a career. Then pause and reflect on those. Reflect on the original poem I wrote for you in this episode and list a few things that you found helpful. Then pause and reflect. In some recent trips, even locally, what are some small things you found helpful that others may have overlooked? Then pause and reflect. I am Darrell R. Peebles, the old man behind the microphone. Peebles Motivation Bureau brings you something positive, personal, and professional every day. It's divided up into 3 divisions, the digital, the real, and the print. From websites, Zoom events, and YouTube channels to being an ordained minister with magic shows, keynote speaker, and also books and magazine articles and other custom artwork. Let me know how I might be able to help you from any of these divisions. Hey, there they are. Get on the list for local signing and delivery. I Am Fortunate, a life-changing year, 52-week study guide journal. Group discounts for local churches, special gift for pastors, and you know I appreciate your ideas and helpfulness. Look at this list. You see anything on there that I might help do for you? And you can contact me at any of these contact points. Be sure to check them out. This is Daily Dose of Daryl, the Viewer's Digest, asking you to go out and have a great day. Make it a great day. It's the only one you have. Each dose on this channel can move us toward a better, healthier, and more informed mind, body, and spirit. I'm excited to be a small part of the expanding of our capacity to learn, love, and forgive, and together leave this world a better place for all.